Living in Japan didn't start off as expected. I knew at the time I came, going in during COVID-19 would pose some issues when it came to when or how I'd be starting my life here. When I arrived here, my company manager gave me a schedule for what to accomplish before arriving in my new home, including getting house keys and filling out paperwork. But I couldn't have imagined that that would be the most activity I've had in the following months. I was assigned to live in a Leo Place 21 apartment that comes with all the necessities one would need when living on their own, complete with a microwave and a mini fridge. There's also a bathroom, of course, a washing machine, and this shower room that I had a little issue understanding at first. This apartment was great to have as both a living area and a shelter for quarantine. Although despite all the work I did getting to this place, I was even more eager to leave it to begin the job I planned to do. But in this video, I'll show you that you can find joy in the little things, even when the whole world is on lockdown. This is my apartment called Leo Place 2. Right now we are going to make our way towards the Ahori station, which is what I believe it's pronounced. Sorry, it's so windy. I'm not going to do the whole walk because that would be a long video, but I will take parts of it, of course, so you could see what my neighborhood looks like. So you're probably wondering where exactly in Japan I've been living in. My company placed me in a small town within the Chiba prefecture, located in the Kanto region. It's definitely not an environment I'm used to since I was raised in the city, but it's a nice place to explore and gather a peace of mind from life. So I used my first days to find its nearest train station. I needed to know where it was anyways for my training week, so the free time before that was perfect to get familiar with the area. The station isn't all too difficult to comprehend, but it did have some helpful guides, including the various paths the trains take throughout Japan, and my favorite part, an ice cream, food, and drink vending machine. The insides of the trains are very clean and do provide English translations. I recommend using a Suica card if you intend on taking the train a lot. And in case you might need help someday buying one, this was my experience getting it for the first time. I completed my week-long training for my job and was all prepared to make a difference in my town, if not for COVID-19. April 13th was when I was supposed to begin working as an assistant language teacher and cultural ambassador for elementary and junior high school students. But as of the time I created this video, I was told to stay home and safe until quarantine had been lifted. So for several weeks, I entertained myself with getting used to my neighborhood, which involved visiting my nearby 7-Eleven, which was the most popular spot in the area, besides the laundromat and fast food spot. The view you're currently watching is my usual path towards the 7-Eleven, which takes no more than 10 minutes. The most I see may be someone on their bike, or a couple of cars, but it's peaceful, and a decent outing that doesn't jeopardize the safety of anyone around me. I must always have my mask on though. As a teacher, I must show discipline in following rules, so going out without a mask during this time is a big no-no. Inside the 7-Eleven, we have some fun-looking magazines with mangas to read inside of them, along with common necessities you'd find in any other 7-Eleven in the United States. The desserts here are very cute, like this matcha parfait that costs 290 yen. They also have cheesecakes, eclairs, and strawberry cakes to name a few. The food is considered very cheap to buy in Japan, not just in this store, but anywhere. I could have gotten 10 desserts and not even hit $20. The meals you can buy here are also considered much healthier. I've actually had trouble getting used to it. They're very big fans of their rice, curry, and gratin, which is my favorite. This shrimp gratin goes for 398 yen. And then you have your variety of drinks like Starbucks iced coffees, bubble tea, and juices. Reading the cartons have been great methods of improving my Japanese. And the best part is how every 7-Eleven has an ATM to get your money from. This is another part where you can study how to get money from your card in Japan. I had trouble at first, so I wanted to lend a helping hand. These are a variety of things you can buy from 7-Eleven. Gyozas, royal milk tea, tofu curry, the list goes on. But sometimes 7-Eleven wasn't enough, and I wanted to get out the town a bit, so I just drove a few minutes to my local supermarket. Driving in Japan was daunting at first, since unlike the United States, they drive on the left side. But once you get the hang of it, you're pretty much a pro. Although COVID-19 was a big concern here, it never really felt like I was trapped. Well, excluding not working, but doing daily tasks was simply fun for me.
Expected to follow the Senate's lead by as soon as Thursday. President Trump has said he will sign the legislation when it reaches his desk. Gordon Phelps, ABC News, Washington. The president says he must put American workers first in this economy that's been battered by COVID-19, so he says he'll sign an executive order that...
Aeon Mall only had its grocery stores open during quarantine, and I decided to go there for most of my shopping needs. I did have 2 other places to choose from, but Aeon was easier because they have English translation in their aisles. A lot of products do provide English translation, so it's not too hard to buy what you need. But others are a little more ambiguous, so you need to use context clues to figure out what it is. Say you don't know which package is pork in the meat section. Find some visuals. In Japan, they use a lot of visuals like cartoons to illustrate their product. Can't find chicken? Look for the chicken-shaped image on the packaging. But sometimes, I'd like to experiment with my food and buy things I'm not too familiar with, like what I believe to be miso soup packets and boxes of, hopefully, non-spicy curry. The supermarket never seemed to lack in items, but customers were told to keep their distance from others. I must say that the employees were very thorough in keeping people safe. They offered hand sanitizer by the door, cleaned off our carts, and had clear curtains dividing the cashiers from customers for extra precaution. That grocery shopping trip I took costed exactly 5,038 yen, which actually isn't all too bad. On that day, I went to the other supermarket for some extra stuff I didn't find in the first one, And after that was done, I was ready to go back home. Adding up everything I got that day from 2 supermarkets and a 7-Eleven, I paid approximately a little over 10,000 yen.
This entire thing lasted a good 3 weeks.
Living during COVID-19 humbles you and inspires you to practice your cooking more. Record yourself doing laundry for some reason and getting a kick while doing it. And note that in Japan, you can choose to air dry your clothes in the bathroom or outside your window. Laundry pole is not included. And I don't feel too bad getting breaths of fresh air by walking around the area. Not like I plan on talking to anyone. Just spying on the neighborhood cats. I didn't want quarantine to make me feel like a victim. Of course, I followed the rules, and I used my outside time sparingly. But as an American woman in a new country I barely know the language to, I had to find something to keep me in good spirits until I could start working. I knew how risky it could have been to be in contact with people during this time, so it was essential to find beauty in small activities while still having hope for a better future.